You've watched your dog do it. They walk into the yard, ignore the ball, ignore you, and just start eating grass deliberately, like they had a plan. And you did what everyone does. Watched for a second, then went back inside and forgot about it. Here's the thing, scientists have been studying this for decades, and they still don't fully agree on why it happens. And the answer you've probably heard your whole life. It's almost certainly wrong. The popular explanation feels satisfying because it's clean. Dogs eat grass because their stomachs are upset. The grass makes them vomit and they feel better. Logical. Don't. Except researchers actually went and measured this. A study published in Applied Animal Behavior Science tracked over 500 dogs and logged every grass eating episode observed. The results didn't cooperate with the theory. Less than 10% of dogs showed any sign of illness before eating grass, and fewer than 25% vomited afterward. So the stomach settling story, the one repeated so confidently for so long, only applies to a small fraction of cases. For the vast majority of the time your dog is out there grazing, something else entirely is going on. To understand what, you have to go back further than the dog, back to what dogs were before kibble, before names, before warm beds. Wolves, the ancestors of every domestic dog alive today, are not strict carnivores. Analysis of wild wolf droppings consistently shows plant material, berries, seeds, roots, grasses, not occasionally. In some studies, plant matter shows up in over 74% of examined samples. This is important because it destroys another comfortable assumption that meat-eating animals only touch plants by accident. Wild canines appear to seek plant material out deliberately, regularly, as part of a diet their bodies seem to require. So when your dog eats grass in the backyard, they may not be broken. They may be doing something ancient. Modern commercial dog food, even premium varieties, is often low in insoluble fiber compared to what a dog's digestive system was historically shaped around. Grass is high in insoluble fiber. It regulates digestion, feeds gut bacteria, and helps move things through the intestinal tract efficiently. Here's what makes this hard to dismiss. Studies that switched dogs from low fiber to high found that grass eating behavior dropped significantly in a meaningful portion of subjects. Not all of them, but enough that the connection is difficult to ignore. Some researchers go further. The fibrous, indigestible blades of grass, when swallowed and passed through the gut, may physically dislodge parasites clinging to the intestinal wall. This would explain why the behavior spikes in young dogs and in dogs overdue for deworming. The dog isn't reacting to a stomach ache. It may be running an ancient internal maintenance routine, one written into its biology long before humans were part of the picture. And then there's the explanation that's hardest to accept and maybe the most honest. Some researchers believe dogs eat grass simply because they enjoy it, that the taste, the texture, the act of pulling it from the ground is pleasurable in a way that needs no medical justification. We resist this because we are conditioned to read animal behavior as purely functional. Animals eat because they're hungry. They sleep because they're tired. We find it uncomfortable to accept that an animal might do something simply because it feels good. But animal cognition research over the last 2 decades has pushed hard against that idea. Animals have preferences. They have moods. There are behaviors that serve no obvious survival function. Behaviors they return to again and again, apparently for the experience alone. And if that's true, then a dog lying in a warm patch of grass, chewing slowly, looking at nothing in particular, maybe that dog isn't broken. Maybe that dog is doing exactly what it wants to do. So why does your dog eat grass? Honestly, it depends on the dog. For some, it's a nutritional correction. For some, it's an ancient instinct running on code written millions of years before humans existed. And for some, it's simply something they like. What's striking is how long we looked at this behavior and assumed we already knew. How long we repeated the stomach upset explanation without checking whether the numbers held up. Your dog has been sharing your life for somewhere between 15,000 and 40,000 years. Longer than writing, longer than agriculture. And somewhere in all that time, we decided the mystery was settled. It wasn't. Next time your dog heads for the grass, watch a little longer before you look away.